During a school trip, the bus broke down in the middle of the road. It was very late at night, and since the bus had broken down, all the teachers decided to stay at a nearby hotel and call a mechanic in the morning to fix the bus before continuing their journey to Shimla. They reached a hotel surrounded by tall trees and mountains. The teachers assigned the children to different rooms, and after dinner, everyone went to bed. Alex was happy to share a room with his friends Ethan and Ryan, who were his good friends. When they entered the room, they saw a lake in the middle of the forest through the window. They remembered how on the last school trip, 2 kids had sneaked out to a lake at night and became the most popular kids in school. So they made a plan to do something similar this time. They decided to sneak out of the hotel, take pictures at the lake, and return. As soon as the hotel guard fell asleep, the 3 of them sneaked out. Although the lake didn't seem too far from the hotel, they walked for about half an hour towards it, but the forest path seemed never-ending. It was getting very cold, and they were shivering in the desolate forest. They checked their phones but had no signal. Realizing they should abandon the lake plan and return to the hotel, they used their phone flashlights to find their way back. While looking for the path, Ethan and Alex, who were walking a bit ahead of Ryan, turned around and saw that Ryan was no longer there. Suddenly they heard someone running nearby. Terrified but unable to leave Ryan alone, they followed the sound of the footsteps, which stopped after a few minutes. They hadn't found Ryan yet, and Ethan and Alex were very scared. Then they heard a digging sound and cautiously approached it. Behind some bushes, they saw Ryan digging a hole in the ground. Fearfully, they called out to him. Ryan turned towards them with angry, pitch-black eyes as if someone had removed his eyeballs. Ethan approached Ryan and placed a hand on his shoulder, asking what had happened. But as soon as Ethan touched him, Ryan screamed and pushed him violently. Ethan fell far away. A strange power seemed to have taken over Ryan. Alex ran to Ethan, but Ryan started having strange fits and then fainted. Alex tried to wake him up, and when Ryan regained consciousness, he looked at Ethan and started screaming loudly. At that moment, Alex saw Ethan sitting with his head bowed. Suddenly, Ethan lifted his head, revealing pitch-black eyes. Before Alex and Ryan could react, Ethan, who had been in the hotel just a while ago, got up and ran into the forest. Ryan and Alex chased after him and saw in their phone's flashlight that Ethan was running towards an old, dilapidated house. As they got closer, they saw that the house looked like no one had set foot in it for years. Both were very scared and hesitant to go further, but to save Ethan, they entered the house. They reached the attic and saw something they couldn't believe. Ethan was suspended in the air, unconscious, while an old woman with a terrifying face, black eyes, sagging skin, and disheveled white hair was talking to him. As soon as they saw her, they ran out of the house, with the old woman following them. They quickly descended the stairs and reached the house's door. When they looked back, they saw the old woman crawling down the stairs like an insect, coming closer. Somehow they managed to escape into the forest and kept running. In their panic, they didn't realize they had reached the lake they had initially set out for. Alex and Ryan fell into the lake and started drowning, feeling as if something was pulling them down. Alex somehow managed to get out, but he saw Ryan sinking into the lake and couldn't do anything to save him. Seeing this, Alex got so scared that he fainted on the spot. When Alex woke up in the morning, he was back in the hotel room. He rushed outside to find many police teams around and saw Ryan and Ethan's bodies covered in white sheets. The police had declared it a murder, but the locals told a different story. They said that many years ago, an old woman lived in that forest, in a house away from everyone. Some villagers mistreated her and killed her to take over her house, throwing her body into the lake. Since then, no one dared to go near the lake at night, believing her spirit roamed the area seeking revenge. If only these 3 friends had known, perhaps Alex wouldn't be the only one alive today.